The earth is littered with the ruins of empires that believed they were eternal. Promiscuity in men may cheapen love but sharpen thought. Promiscuity in women is illness, a leakage of identity. What troubles me about the hostile workplace category of sexual harassment policy is that women are being returned to their old status of delicate flowers who must be protected from assault by male lechers. It is anti-feminist to ask for special treatment for women. If civilization had been left in female hands, we would still be living in grass huts. Academic Marxists, with their elitist sense of superiority to popular taste, are the biggest snobs in America. Male urination really is a kind of accomplishment, an arc of transcendence. A woman merely waters the ground she stands on. What feminism calls patriarchy is simply civilization, an abstract system designed by men but augmented and now co-owned by women. Men have sacrificed and crippled themselves physically and emotionally to feed, house, and protect women and children. None of their pain or achievement is registered in feminist rhetoric, which portrays men as oppressive and callous exploiters. Every man must define his identity against his mother. If he does not, he just falls back into her and is swallowed up. Heterosexual love is in sync with cosmic forces. Not everyone has the stomach for daily war with nature. In the real world, very smart people fail and mediocre people rise. Part of what makes people fail or succeed are skills that have nothing to do with IQ. Also, the idea that intelligence can be gauged by an IQ test is erroneous. Male aggression and lust are the energizing factors in culture. They are men's tools of survival in the pagan vastness of female nature. Men know they are sexual exiles. They wander the earth seeking satisfaction, craving and despising, never content. There is nothing in that anguished motion for women to envy. Freud says, man fears that his strength will be taken from him by woman, dreads becoming infected with her femininity, and men knew that if they de-virginized a woman, they could end up dead within 24 hours. These controls have been removed. Patriarchy, routinely blamed for everything, produced the birth control pill, which did more to free contemporary women than feminism itself. If men are obsolete, then women will soon be extinct unless we rush down that ominous, brave new world path where women clone themselves by parthenogenesis, as famously do Komodo dragons, hammerhead sharks, and pit vipers. Daytime soap operas, which I used to adore, have been declining in quality and importance for over a decade, and I gradually stopped monitoring them. Women's studies is a comfy, chummy morass of unchallenged groupthink. It is, with rare exception, totally unscholarly. Academic feminists have silenced men and dissenting women. Madonna is the true feminist. She exposes the puritanism and suffocating ideology of American feminism, which is stuck in an adolescent, whining mode. Madonna has taught young women to be fully female and sexual, while still exercising control over their lives. Social justice and compassion are compatible with an intelligent respect for private enterprise and law and order. Cinema is the culmination of the obsessive, mechanistic, male drive in Western culture. The movie projector is an Apollonian straight shooter, demonstrating the link between aggression and art. Every pictorial framing is a ritual limitation, a barred precinct. Even a woman of abnormal will cannot escape her hormonal identity. All objects, all phases of culture are alive. They have voices. They speak of their history and interrelatedness, and they are all talking at once. Feminism has become a catch-all vegetable drawer where bunches of clingy sob sisters can store their moldy neuroses. Women are not in control of their bodies. Nature is ancient mythology with its sinister archetypes of vampire and gorgon is more accurate than feminism about the power and terror of female sexuality. Society is an artificial construction, a defense against nature's power. Masculinity is risky and elusive. It is achieved by a revolt from woman and it is confirmed only by other men. Manhood coerced into sensitivity is no manhood at all. The moral ambivalence of the great mother goddesses has been conveniently forgotten by those American feminists who have resurrected them. We cannot grasp nature's bare blade without shedding our own blood. Capitalism has its weaknesses, but it is capitalism that ended the stranglehold of the hereditary aristocracies, raised the standard of living for most of the world, and enabled the emancipation of women. Pursuit and seduction are the essence of sexuality. It's part of the sizzle. What I see is not a world of male oppression and female victimization, but an internation conspiracy by women to keep from men the knowledge of men's own frailty. A strange, maternal protectiveness is at work. Old school feminism, coveting social power, is blind to woman's cosmic sexual power. What is pretty in nature is confined to the thin skin of the globe upon which we huddle. Scratch that skin, and nature's demonic ugliness will erupt. Mind is a captive of the body. Poetry is the connecting link between body and mind. Every reading is partial, but that does not absolve us from the quest for meaning, which defines us as a species. The moment there is imagination, there is myth. A woman simply is, but a man must become. Masculinity is risky and elusive. It is achieved by a revolt from woman, and it is confirmed only by other men. Far from poisoning the mind, pornography shows the deepest truth about sexuality. Stripped of romantic veneer, no one is born gay. The idea is ridiculous, but it is symptomatic of our over-politicized climate that such assertions are given instant credence by gay activists and their media partisans. I think what gay men are remembering is that they were born different. The unhappy truth is that male homosexuality will never be fully accepted by the heterosexual majority, who are obeying the dictates, not of bigoted society or religion, but of procreative nature. Television is actually closer to reality than anything. In books, the madness of TV is the madness of human life. We must accept our pain, change what we can, and laugh at the rest. Beauty is our weapon against nature. By it we make objects, giving them limit, symmetry, proportion. Beauty halts and freezes the melting flux of nature. Camille and Paglia, born April 2, 1947 in Endicott, New York, the eldest child of Pasquale and Lydia and Pietro Paglia. All four of her grandparents were born in Italy. Her mother immigrated to the United States at 5 years old from Ceccano in the province of Frosinone, Lazio, Italy. Paglia has stated that her father's side of the family was from the Campanian towns of Avellino, Benevento, and Caserta. Paglia was raised Roman Catholic and attended primary school in rural Oxford, New York, where her family lived in a working farmhouse. Her father, a veteran of World War II, taught at the Oxford Academy High School and exposed his young daughter to art through books he brought home about French art history. In 1957, her family moved to Syracuse, New York, so that her father could begin graduate school. He eventually became a professor of Romance languages at Le Moyne College. She attended the Edward Smith Elementary School, T. Aaron Levy Junior High, and Nottingham Senior High School. In 1992, Carmelia Mitosh, her Latin teacher for 3 years, said, "She always has been controversial. Whatever statements were being made in class, she had to challenge them. She made good points then, as she does now." Paglia thanked Mitosh in the acknowledgments to sexual personae, later describing her as the Dragon Lady of Latin Studies, who breathed fire at principals and school boards. Paglia is an American academic and social critic and feminist. Paglia has been a professor at the University of the Arts in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, since 1984. She is critical of many aspects of modern culture and is the author of Sexual Personae, Art and Decadence, From Nefertiti to Emily Dickinson 1990 and other books. She is also a critic of contemporary American feminism and of post-structuralism, as well as a commentator on multiple aspects of American culture such as its visual art, music, and film history.